Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Clarity Tarot and Astrology. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys are all doing very well and are excited for tonight's live reading session. Tonight, we are doing live tarot and astrology readings on the channel. So, if you are watching this in the live version, hello, welcome. You can get a live reading here with me. If you open the description box, I have a list of all of my live offerings. You just donate for the one that you would like, and we'll do your reading right here on the stream. If you are a member of my channel and you have some free monthly readings that you'd like to use before the end of the month, then you can do that on the stream as well. Just let me know and we'll get your reading done here. And if you'd like to become a member of my channel and get free readings, then check out my membership. Link for that is in the description box. Now, those who are watching in the recorded version, if you still would like a reading with me, you can do that. You can book it on my website, which is claritytarotandastrology.com. All right, guys. So besides that, I think that is everything that I have to say. Just let me know if you would like a reading. Hello, Jaren. Thank you so much for your donation, love. Let me pull up your question. Okay, so you are asking two questions. One, you say, can we look into what specifically has JC seen of me? Just any more details, messages, profile tags, links, etc. And his impression. Also curious if there's any indication of something developing, like somehow we meet or any sort of development. Thank you. Just looking for any more details. Well, we won't be able to know like exactly what it is. We're not gonna be able to get that specific, but I can tell you what his impression is of what he's seen. It definitely seems to be social media, right? So, I reckon that he would have seen your profile, right? And whatever you have available there. So that's probably what it is, but we can look at what his impression is of what he's seen, and then we'll look into if there's any development. So most important messages for Jaren, please. What do you want her to know about JC? What is his impression of her? What is his impression of her? All right, so I have the Six of Cups. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So he feels like you're like a really, you're like a down to earth home person. Like you seem to be someone that comes from like a good background, good childhood, like stability. Again, that may or may not be true, but that's just his impression, what he feels. Like he feels like you're like a hometown girl, like a small town girl, something like that. Very different than a lot of people that he encounters. Like you have like a wholesomeness to you, or like you were raised right, or something like that, or like you have good like motherly qualities, or um, very feminine qualities, which again, I don't think he encounters a lot. I think he encounters a lot of people who are like self serving, um, out of touch with their emotions, just focused on like success or money. And he just feels like you're completely different. Like you just don't fit that at all. And with the Ace of Pentacles, that's like something he could see himself committing to, something he could see himself like investing his energy into. Like he feels like he could actually build a life with somebody like you. The Magician. He also feels like you're creative, like you have like a creative energy. Like though you may be like a hometown girl, like a small town girl, he feels like you also have like a creative side, like a quirky side, a fun side. So you're not just like, one dimensional, that you have multiple sides of yourself. And he feels like that would be really, really fun. I also have the Fool at the bottom of the deck as well. Again, he could see him starting some type of new chapter in his life. It feels like the person he would be with you is someone that he's never been before. He's never been this guy before. He's never been this type of person, but this could be like a desire that he has had. Like, I think he has very simple desires, and that is like he just wants to be loved. You're right. He just wants to love and be loved, but his life has kind of morphed and taken this whole other path. And he's like so far away from that. And that's what's like confusing to him right now. Like, how did my life get to where it is right now? I thought this path would make me happy. Um, but he feels like if he would have kind of just done the normal thing, quote unquote, just get a good job, find a nice girl, and settle down. Like, he actually feels like, you know, I think that actually would have made me happy. So it makes him realize a lot about himself. We then have the Two of Wands. Yeah, he can see a future with you. He can see potential here with you. Now, let's answer your second question. Is there any indication of something developing? So the overall energy towards that is the Three of Swords. So that is a strong no. At least not right now. Tarot is very in the moment right now. Right now, the chances of development are very, very low because, like I said, I feel like he is so far away. He's so far off his path. Like, he's so far off his path. um, he really has to make some big changes in his life in the next upcoming years. Um, there's a lot of endings that he needs to do, right? Lots of U-turns and letting go and sorries and forgiving himself, and there's just a lot. There would be a really, really long road to you guys crossing paths because you're on such different wavelengths, and what's attracting you right now is the opposition. Opposites attract. Like, there's something about you and something in you that he sees that he wants, and vice versa. There's something in him that you see that you want. For him, it's he sees your energy, he sees the type of person that you are. He sees the potential for the life you could live because it's so drastically different from his, and he wants it. And vice versa. There's likely something about him that you're like, I want him, like I want that life, or I want to be, you know, like in his environment. I want to be in his orbit. There's something about him that also is attracting you to him as well. So it's like you guys are attracted to the thing that the other person has that you both don't have. And that is a really strong indication of a soulmate connection, in the sense, like, not like soulmate, you know, we go on the Titanic and die together. Like, not like that, like, but soulmate in the sense of like your soul would develop a lot with him and his soul would develop a lot with you. There's a lot that you can both bring to each other. There's a lot that you could help each other with. You could heal each other. You could awaken each other. And on some level, consciously or unconsciously, you both want that. You both want change. You both want a different life. You both want something to happen. And the, you know, like, spoiler alert of every soulmate connection is the reality is you can really only get there by yourself. The other person, the love interest, is just the carrot dangling in front of you. It's like, if you do this work, if you get better, if you take your life to the next level, it's possible that you could be with this person. And that's what, like, motivates you to move forward. That's what motivates you to make the changes, even though you need to make the changes in your life anyways. We're a lot more motivated when there's an attractive person there, right? So that's what this is. It's like he's seeing a life that he could have with you and the version of himself that he could be with you. And he's like, yeah, like, that's what I want. That's the direction I want to go. And then vice versa. There's likely something about him that you're like, yeah, this is a person I want. Would love to be around them. I can see a life with them. So you both see something. But really what it is the other person is mirroring to you what you want and what you need to do. So that's the secret, let's say, for your paths to actually cross, is that you would both have to do that individual work. And there's no guarantee. You can control what you're going to do, but you can't control what the other person's going to do. You have no idea. There's no guarantee that he's like actually going to do it. And then with the 3 of Swords coming out, it just feels like right now, the chances of you both doing exactly what you need to do to be in a position to actually cross paths and be on the same wavelength right now is low. Let's see if we can figure out why that is. 4 of Cups. There's very difficult emotional things that one or both of you are carrying. And this is clarified by the 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So you both have emotional things that you're processing or working through, and you have mental things as well that you're working through and processing that would prevent you from having a very open, healthy, reciprocal relationship. I felt when I first read for him, I'm like, this is an avoidant type of person. He's someone like he can like someone, and instead of expressing that, he holds it in and he avoids the person because he doesn't want to be vulnerable and get rejected or get hurt. So that's something that he's still working through, and that is like way deeper, right? And that will affect him in every relationship, right? It's not just getting to you, that's getting to anybody. And if you like were to get in a relationship with him right now, he would be very hot and cold. He would be unpredictable. He would be, saying one thing and then ghosting you because that is just where he's at. That's just who he really is behind the scenes. He might project himself as a different person, in the world, but behind the scenes, he's actually quite emotionally unavailable. He has anxiety, maybe, or depression. He probably falls or goes back and forth on that scale. He's got some mommy issues, like he's got some stuff for sure. So it's actually like protection, it's protection that you guys are not connected because he's not in a place where he would be like a great guy. Like he really would not be able to show up for you and give you the relationship or be the container for you that you would need him to be. And the thing is like he needs to, if he wants to have the dream life he wants, that's something that he has to work through, like regardless. Let's see what else. We also have the Page of Pentacles. He also may not be like as financially stable as he needs to be. I feel like he has enough for himself. He can take care of himself, he can pay his rent, feed himself, clothe himself. But beyond that, he can't really do much more. And I feel like for his age, he should be further ahead than what he is. So that's another thing as well. He is also like financially immature and not really in a position to commit either. Like he would be like on a lower or like not really able to invest, So you guys would stay at a certain level for a long time because he'd be like, well, I can't really give anything. I can't really provide anything. We can't really like move this forward because I don't really have like the money to do so. So it's like you'd stay in like the dating phase with this person for a long time in their current position right now, where it's like, okay, like we've been talking for 6 years, 7 years, like what's happening? And it's not that he wouldn't want things to progress forward. It's that in his current state right now where he's at, he wouldn't be able to, he wouldn't be able to commit because his particular situation is like immature and just not where it needs to be. So Yeah, like the distance is protection. The lack of communication is protection. It's a sign that, attraction is there, but the realistic path forward isn't there, mainly on his end, not being able to take initiative, not being able to offer you anything, not being able to commit to you, which is really more of a symptom of the deeper state of where he actually is in his life. So, like I said with like all the previous readings, he is not what he seems. Like the person he projects himself to be, the person that he portrays is not who he really is, and it would be a really different scenario if you like actually really knew him. So, yeah, to answer the original questions, um, his impression of you, really what I think his thing with you is you represent something that he really wants, or it's maybe something that he never really had. A loving, nurturing, caring, mothering type of energy that I feel like he wants for himself and that he would want for his children. And in terms of something developing right now, no, because he is not where he needs to be. Not where he needs to be. He wants to be, he imagines himself being more, but he's just not, and that's something that he has to like humble himself and accept. You said, yeah, his energy really inspires me and brings out creativity, positivity, and just feeling home. Yes. He does project as very thoughtful and open, but is private. Yeah, exactly. It's a part of the game. It's just a part of the game. Um, and it probably works for him, but who he really is behind that is not the same. Yeah. So I think like it's great that he inspires you. It's great that he brings out that creativity in you and that positivity in you, and I would use that, right? Like artists use muses all the time. Like it's totally normal to have like a muse, but the muse never really works out, right? You said he has a big house in LA, but yeah, he must not have saved enough or worked more. You never know. The house could be financed to the hilt. You never know what's going on. He could be putting everything on credit cards. You never know. Uh, yeah, and maybe he doesn't have any savings. You never know. Like you never really know what's going on in people's finances until you get super, super close to them. And I have a feeling it's not what it seems. You said he was in a situation where when he was younger where he didn't get paid a lot for his music performances. Yeah. Yeah, and I just think even, like, he kind of thinks, like, "What if I would have just had a normal job?" Like, by this point in time, I probably would have been, just more stable. I think sometimes he plays with that, idea, um, but he can't go back in time and change it. So, he is where he is, and yeah, he might be over leveraged, really. The values of homes in LA have been going down, um, significantly. So he might not be able to like sell the house or get equity out of it. So he kind of may be in a way like chained to it or stuck to it. He said, I want to help. I want to harness the energy to help myself. Yes, that's like the most productive use of the energy is use it to fuel um your projects, use it to inspire you. Like that's I think the highest vibration that you could use this for. Yeah, LA is I know a lot of people are not happy with being in LA, and it's very, very hard to it's very hard in general, I think, to settle there. LA has a 1 energy in numerology, so it's a very singular, solo place. It has the highest divorce rate in the country. Like, it's very hard to be, like, settled and, in a relationship and to feel, like, love there. It's a very individualistic, um, place, which makes sense, right? That's where celebrities and all types of people go to create a career for themselves, not to start a family. Every single city has numerology. Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's Miami, LA, and I think New York all have 1 energy, which makes perfect sense when you think about, the people that live in those places and what happens there. Alrighty, well, thank you so much, Jaren. Hope that was helpful. Hello, Sarah. Thank you so much for your donation. How are you doing? So you were wanted to ask if I am on the right career track intuitively and introspectively. I feel like I am on track with my career, but wanted to check in. I've always been confused with what avenue to take. All right, let's see what comes through for you. Ooh. So as soon as I literally did one shuffle of the cards, the death card came out. So, and I have the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Um, to take with nursing, but I like leadership so far. Started this week. Okay, good to hear. So, I feel like that was like a sign. Like the way it came out, like really pronounced, was like a big sign. Um, I feel like you're doing what you need to do right now, but this definitely isn't your like forever path, your forever track. Like it's going to serve you right now. It's great for you in the moment, but I feel like this is bridging you over into something else. This track you're on likely won't sustain you for the rest of your life, not like financially, but like it won't sustain you. It will eventually run out of gas or they will run out of juice, right? Like the gas tank is going to eventually dry out and you likely won't be able to refill it. Like there's no more gas stations on this path you're on. Okay. So it's like the gas you have right now is going to last you for a certain period of time. And then there's going to be a point where you're going to have to go, you know, this isn't it. I know there's more for me, or there could be a life circumstance that happens where it's like, you know, I want to do this now, or because I have this goal, I need to change this. Something will happen at some point down the line. With the Queen of Swords here, I feel like you just have to look at where you're at more objectively, more just logically, and just take it for what it is and do what you need to do, right? Um, there's a lot for you to learn in this particular position or on this track right now, but eventually you will get everything you need. Eventually you will exhaust everything here, and then you'll need to more than likely, or you'll want to do something different. I don't think it's something that you have to be super worried about right now. Like, just be in the present moment, take it for what it is, take it day by day. And I think that's okay for now. But I think that in the future, it won't, like, the path will end. Like, let's say this is like a mountain. It's like, okay, you've gone up the mountain and now you're like going down the mountain, and eventually you're gonna have to go climb another mountain. So it's like, just enjoy it, right? Enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride, enjoy the views, take it for what it is. But yeah, eventually you'll likely climb a different mountain in your life. Yeah, like, you will get to, you'll know, you'll intuitively know, okay, like, I'm not inspired here, I'm not motivated here, I'm not progressing, I'm not moving forward. And at that point in time, you'll have an inspiration, you'll know what to do. So I wouldn't really get too like I wouldn't think too far ahead right now. The doors will open when they need to open. You'll make the transition, make the jump when it comes up, but I think like you're where you need to be at this particular moment in time. Yeah. So just be in the present moment. Just take it for what it is. If you're enjoying it, just enjoy it. You're welcome. Good luck and glad that you are enjoying it. Congratulations, and we'll talk soon. Thank you so much for your second donation. All right, so you asked, what's coming in love for me in the near future? Okay. What does Sarah? Okay, so again, as soon as I said that, I feel like your messages are just like, boom, here they are. We have the judgment card. So I feel like you're at the very end of a cycle, of a season of your love life right now. So you kind of have been approaching love in a certain way. You've been attracting a certain type of person. You've been presenting as a certain type of person. And this is more of a time for you to look back at your past experiences and go, okay, what was good? What was bad? What worked? What didn't? What do I need to do? What type of person do I need to stop entertaining? What things do I need to like stop doing so I don't end up in these particular situations? So you're more right now needing to reflect, look back, heal, and like make decisions like, okay, I'm never going to do this again, or I'm never going to accept this, or moving forward, they need to make a move within X amount of time. Like, you have to look back now and kind of, it's like take your exit exam from this season, from these like courses, let's say you've been in, close them out before a new chapter is going to end. And funny enough, I have the death card again at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like what this is saying is like you are going to you're going to be becoming a different person. Okay. So before that person comes online and can emerge, it's like you have to clear out the old versions of you. It's like make room for this new person and clear a lot of things out because you can't do the same things moving forward. Like your strategy you were using before, the type of people you were attracting, like that is just not, it's not going to work. So you're kind of like on the tail end right now. And I feel like this is really, really necessary before you're going to be able to go to another chapter of your life. Yeah, I have the Tower card. Right now is more about making space and going, okay, this person is like they were good, but this is what they didn't do. This is the things about them that I don't accept, and energetically saying I don't want this, literally saying to God like I don't want that. I don't want to have, you know, I don't want emotional unavailability. I don't want uncertainty. I don't want to be chasing, and I don't want to be, over investing, right? Like telling God, like, I learned my lesson. I know what I did wrong, and I'm ready for something new, and being willing to let the past go, like fully and honestly. Oh my God. And at the bottom, it's like I have the Hangman. Okay. So there's lots of cards here of like, you have to let go, you have to forgive, you have to heal. You can't just like jump from where you are now to like being in some type of new situation that's going to have some type of different result. Like if you go and try to get someone now, you're going to get the same exact results you've been getting. It's not a matter of like, oh, when is someone coming? It's more of like, when are you going to align with the version of yourself that has healthy reciprocal relationships? That's more of what God, universe, spirit wants to see. They want to see that, okay, if we do send the person in, are you going to be able to navigate that connection in the way that it needs to be navigated? That's more of where you're at right now, is like going, yeah, you know what? I do that. I do, overcommit or project or attract emotionally unavailable people. I do accept less than what I'm worth. Like it's more right now about like, okay, like this is how I have contributed to my situation. You said I've been hermit when it comes to love. I def reflect. I'd like something more intentional. Yeah. And I think a part of having a more intentional relationship is being very intentional about the way that you're designing your life and creating the life that you would be living if you were in that intentional, committed, healthy, reciprocal relationship. Like, how would you be living your daily life? How would you be presenting yourself? What would you be doing? And just living that, that's going to create the container and the space for that intentional relationship to come in. So there's something that's been off. Maybe you know that. Maybe as I say that, you're like, yep, I know what that is. Maybe there's something that's off that needs working out before this person can actually come into the picture. Eight of Wands. Yeah, it's like you have to move forward. And what I find funny about this photo or this card is that the person is on a motorcycle, like speeding ahead. And I feel like the faster and quicker that you distance yourself from the past, that you distance yourself from what has been, what has played out, the experiences that you've had in the past, the people that you've had from the past, the more that you go, okay, that's locked off. I did that, sealed that. There's nothing going on there. I'm not like waiting for something there. And you're fully looking at the future and you're running towards being the version of yourself that's in that healthy, committed relationship. And you're showing God that you're ready for that, the faster it comes. And the underneath the bottom of the deck, I have the King of Wands. So it's like on the other side of that, there could be this King of Wands individual. This could be an Aries, Leo, Sag person, but it's someone who is very strong, very masculine, very attractive on the other side of that. But if you were to meet this person right now, this person, like, it's like they wouldn't see you. They wouldn't be able to register you. They wouldn't recognize you because you wouldn't be carrying the energetics of the girl that they're looking for. So it's like you have to kind of transform your life and transform the way that you're showing up in life so that this person can actually see you. So it's less about when and more about you just walking the walk. Like if you're ready for that intentional relationship, then just live an intentional life. Like live the life that you would be living if this person was available for you. Yeah. So you don't have to wait for the perfect timing. It's just kind of more about embodying the energy. And that's the key. That's the key is embodying the energy and showing God that you're ready for more. Just show through your actions, show through the way you show up. I'm ready for more. You say, I was not ready in the past, lots of grief, juggling, no time, and stressful job. Right, right. It definitely wasn't the season, wasn't the time. You would have only attracted someone that was in the same energy, grieving, juggling, no time, stress. You attract what you are and what you're giving off, right? So as your life settles, as you have more regularity, as you enter more of your feminine energy, you're going to be in the right energy for a masculine energy to be the container in your life. Mhm. Right. Yeah, so it's never the guys, it's never, "Oh, he's not doing this, he's not doing that." It's like, "No, he's just mirroring you." So, you can always if you always come back to self, you will attract the right person. You are very, very welcome.